All right, I'm going to go through 2 Timothy 3 and 4 and listen closely and see if this sounds like the state of your church leaders today, your churches today, and just generally the world we live in and all the fables, right? This know also that in the last days perilous times will come, for men will be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. Well, those who are good, those who are doing good, doing well, are those fulfilling the royal law, which is rebuking the sin out of this world, right? Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away, for this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts. And how do these corrupt men creep into your houses? Well, yeah, maybe in person a little bit, but mainly through your social media, through your TikTok, through your television, through your televangelists. These guys are all over social media across the world preaching these smooth ear tickling words. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Now as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds reprobate concerning the faith. And if you read Romans 1, very similarly, it's talking about the times we live in right now, this full-blown delusions and reprobate minds and disgusting things taking place in this world because of sin, because of idolatry. And so what happens is these people don't want to retain the knowledge of God. They don't want to have the truth because it's convicting. It causes them to have to change if they hearken. So they would rather not have that knowledge. They would rather continue on in their tradition, continue on in their comfortable sin. So God says, oh, you rejected the knowledge of the truth when my servant spoke it to you. So here you go. You get what you wanted. Here's a reprobate mind that makes you believe in the stupidest things like preterism, like once saved, always saved, like faith alone, like saying Jesus is God, all these things. Well, that's what people with a reprobate mind are preaching. But they shall proceed no further, for their folly will be manifest unto all men, as theirs was also. Well, how is this going to happen? Again, the servants reproving the sin out of this world. Read Ephesians 5. The light has no fellowship with the darkness, but to reprove it. And that's what we do. Everything done in darkness comes to light because the light rebukes the darkness. But you have fully known my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, faith, long-suffering, agape, that's what charity really means, patience, persecutions, afflictions, which came unto me at Antioch, at Iconium, at Lystra, what persecutions I endured. But out of them all Jehovah delivered me. Yeah, and all that will live godly in Yeshua Messiah will suffer persecution, right? So that's Paul telling you, not maybe, but definitely so, all that live godly in Yeshua will suffer persecution. But evil men and seducers will wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. But continue in the things which you have learned and have been assured of, knowing of who you have learned them. And that from this part is just all this is amazing, but this part is just insane. And that from a child you have known the holy scriptures, which are able to make you wise unto salvation through faith which is in Yeshua Messiah. All scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. All right, so Paul's saying to Timothy here, you've known the Holy Scripture since a child, right? Well, what is he referring to? There was no such thing as the New Testament yet, right? So the only thing he could have been referring to was the Torah and the prophets, right? So he's saying, you've known the Old Testament before it was called that, and all that is given by inspiration of God, profitable for your doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. Well, read Deuteronomy 5 and 6. the 10 commandments are listed, and then it says, if you do all these things, it'll be unto you for right, as unto you as righteousness, right? So basically saying, if you keep the commandments of God, that's your righteousness. The man of God may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. So why, Christians, are you neglecting the Old Testament? Why are you not reading the Torah and the prophets? Why are you saying all that's done away with and fulfilled, not knowing the difference between the Holy Covenant and the sacrificial law? Right? The Holy Covenant brings you righteousness when you keep it. The sacrificial law, that's what's done away with. Right? Chapter 4. I charge you therefore before Jehovah in Yeshua Messiah, who will judge the quick and the dead at his appearing and his kingdom. Preach the word, be instant, in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort, with all longsuffering and doctrine. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. They shall turn away their ears from the truth and will be turned unto fables, like prosperity gospels, once saved, always saved, greasy grace, faith alone. But watch, Ezekiel 2:3-33, rebuke sin, watch in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of your ministry. For I am now ready to be offered, and for the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought the good fight, I have finished my course, I have kept the faith. And we can probably stop there. So yeah, read that, take it seriously, and don't you frickin' think that's what's going on today. It is. So you better listen up and read Romans 1 too while you're at it.